ladies and gentlemen, it is officially our qualifying night for the 2024 Chili Bowl Nationals, and I'm excited, ready, anxious, just wanting to get out on track right now in the CB Industries number 87. We got such a beautiful blue and white car for this race, and this event's super unique. You only get one qualifying night, so you have one shot, so you better make it count. A look at tonight's format, it's very simple. We're gonna draw a pill at the beginning of the night, and that pill is gonna determine where we're gonna start in our heat race. Before our heat, we are gonna get a quick hot lap session, but our heat race is very important. Basically, if you start farther in the back, it means you drew a higher number and you need to pass cars, and if you drew a lower number, you're gonna start closer to the front and you need to stay there and advance forward if you can. So all the points you gather in your heat race will then set you up for a qualifier where you will gain more points, and then after that, they'll tally it all up and then lock the top 16 into tonight's main event. So it's very simple, pass as many cars as you can and move as far forward as you can. And then tonight's A finish, then we'll of course set up the soup on Saturday, put guys in A main events, B main events, C, and on down. We're walking up, here's a look at the racetrack from the entry of turn 3 and 4. This place put on a killer show yesterday. It was super exciting to watch, and hopefully we see another great surface. Guys were running just about anywhere. I mean, they had their left front way up on the berm, almost in the infield. There was a pretty gnarly cushion. Guys made the slider line work and kind of through the middle. And it's good when you have those opportunities, because at a place like this, you don't have a lot of time to wait around. You have to be aggressive, you have to put your car in some tight spots, and you have to do whatever you can to, you know, potentially move forward. Just about ready to go. In a couple of hours, they'll be calling the pit meeting. We'll also have draw, and then we'll be getting ready for hot laps. 87.
What's up, Tanner?
Good.
Hey, Tanner. Car number?
87.
I always change it. What do you want?
Anything. You know, it doesn't matter.
97.
I told you I was gonna get a high number.
That's good. There you go.
All right, so just got all suited up. Here's my brand new Chili Bowl suit to match the car. Wanted to quickly, before we get into our prelim night, give you a tour of all of our sponsors for this year. On the left side here, we have Mockridge Engineering, and then on the side panel, of course, Toyota, the Boss Big Box Store, Shane DeWald Trucking, Pitstop USA, Mobile One, TRD, and then of course CB Industries. Looking at the front, we also have Shane DeWald Trucking up here, and then on the right side, Tim Vanderstoel Trucking will be joining us again, as was on the car in 2023. And then we have also the same logos here on the right side down the panel. So we're just about ready to go. We have about a half hour until cars will be on track. With our pill draw, we are dead last in heat race number 5. Now the good part of that is we're late enough when hopefully the racetrack will start to form different lanes, and it shouldn't just be right around the bottom. And then also we have a great opportunity here for some massive passing points if we can move forward. Rolling off from 9th, just gotta get in gear and go, and then also, you know, hope that everything falls your way. So our first laps of the day are done. Those are always some of the more scary laps of the weekend. Really gnarly. There's like 16 of us out there, and you're just trying to get some space. I was trying to leave a little bit of room, and then guys are constantly passing me, and then I tried to pass some people, and like, I don't know, you're just trying to make a couple clean laps. I probably got one corner at best, but that corner still felt, and even just the laps when I'm kind of putting behind someone, like the best I've felt, and immediately I took a step up in my comfortability. So I'm ready for this heat race. It's probably going to be something similar to that, just hopefully a little bit wider, but definitely fast and on the gas. But I was able to, you know, find some throttle points there, and like I said, get in the corner a little harder, which has kind of been one of the things I've probably struggled with, just kind of getting stuck, getting set, and then carrying more throttle, more corner speed to drive off and, you know, make more grip. So we're ready for the heat race. We're going to watch a little bit more, and we're heat 5 on the night. So like I said, the racetrack's going to have a couple more laps on it. not exactly what we were hoping for in the heat race. Not terrible. We passed 3 cars, but at one point we were up to 4th there at the end and then lost 2 spots on that final restart. I just got screwing around with a couple guys that I was faster than, but just with the lines they were running, it threw me off, and I just needed to make way quicker work of them. I got stuck, and we all kind of freight trained there. And then, like I said, on the last restart, I put myself in a bad position, kind of let a car get underneath me, and then it made me lose even another spot. So 9th to 6th, we are in a qualifier, but our night is not set up great. We have an opportunity to redeem ourselves if we can move forward. I'm thinking we're going to be rolling off from maybe 8th or 9th here. But like I said, an opportunity for some passing points. The racetrack's still widening out. I feel like it's a little narrow, a little fast. It is difficult to pass like our heat race when guys just end up being in multiple lanes, but still I should have done a much better job. My car was good, and we'll just wait and see how the rest of the points shake out and where everyone's going to line up. So they just posted the qualifier lineups, and those will be on track right now after the C main events, which are out there. We luckily gained enough points to where we snuck just in. We're going to be rolling off from 9th in qualifier number 4. The beauty of this format is, at least since we didn't gain enough points to be in the invert, we now have a chance to gain more, coming from the back. Starting 9th again, we have the same opportunity as every car we pass is 5 points, and then of course every finishing position up is also more. And also too, luckily the racetrack should be a little bit wider here. The bottom is starting to slicken off, but a lot of guys are still running down there because the rest of the track is kind of dirty. I think if that second lane, that third lane kind of comes in as it burns off and there's a lot of grip, that is probably going to be the fastest way around the racetrack, as it's already heading that direction. They're just finishing up the 87, so we're ready to go make 10 laps. Coming from row 5, we just have to of course get a good start like we did in the heat. Got a really good start in the heat, but then take advantage and make sure we finish it off throughout the race and try to put as many guys behind us as possible. heading right back out for a B main event. Taking the top bar, start fourth. This trying to use this as another good 15 laps to get ready for tonight's feature. Try to sneak in, run 1 or 2, and get rolling. Racetrack's pretty slick. We're back here in the pits early, and that is going to end our on-track action here for our night at the Chili Bowl. Was running third, looked like we were probably going to transfer, I think no problem, maybe even challenge for the lead there in the B. Just another opportunity to get more laps. When I took off there on the start, something did not feel right, and I was trying to see, like, I thought maybe I just got hung up on the right front for a second, then as I gave it gas, my car never came around. And so I throttled up down the front stretch, and then I realized something was obviously broke, and I went to slow up and into turn 1. I obviously lost steering and clobbered the turn 1 wall pretty good. Basically where the radius rods connect on the right side, one of them broke off clean, so we weren't connected in all spots. And even though you're still connected, you know, your wheels turn, but it's pushing, kind of pushes the front axle underneath, and like I said, you're not connected, you're not square, and you know, I'm turned like this and not going anywhere. But unfortunate ending to our night. I mean, you can look at the situation however you want. It was one of those things, like, obviously it was you know, gonna break at some point. It just broke in a bad spot there as I was, you know, getting ready to go back to the green, but I also, I guess, obviously could have been worse too. But that's gonna end our prelim night, and unfortunately we're not gonna be in the show. So the Tuesday qualifying night here at the Chili Bowl is complete and wrapped up. Talk about an unfortunate turn of events for our car and team. Felt like it kind of took me all night to get going, or not necessarily get going. Like, I had a good moment in the heat race, and it was just kind of shadowed by a mistake, which lost me a couple spots, which then put me deeper in a qualifier. And I think in general, a way to put it, you know, my lack of midget experience probably showed in a couple spots tonight, just because I was put in more difficult positions than when I ran this event last year. I was in traffic a lot, racing around other cars. I felt like the surface was difficult to get a hold of. It was really slick, it was a little rough, and like I said, overall I was just in more difficult spots, and I wasn't able to capitalize and be as spectacular as needed in this building to get out of those and to move, you know, extremely far forward. And you know, some of that is just the Chili Bowl. It sucks because, you know, I personally expect myself to come here even though I don't drive a midget and feel like I should be able to compete with the best of it, but your back's still up against the wall, and it's a hard task at hand. But want to give a big shout out to Chad Boat and CB Industries. I definitely enjoy running for Chad. He has a great program, he's got great cars, TRD engines that rip, and what happened there in the B, of course, is a freak deal, and that again is just a part of racing, whether I'm running for him or I'm running my own family car, or I ran for Shark Racing and other teams. Like, stuff just happens here and there, and that's part of the game. So big thanks to Chad, and also the Boss Big Box Store. Shane DeWald Trucking, Pit Stop USA, and then my two primary sponsors, Tim Vanderstoel Trucking and Mockridge Engineering, for help making this dream possible again in 2024. We are now buried in the soup on Saturday, but we're gonna make the most of it, and I think if you run the Chili Bowl long enough, at some point you're buried in the alphabet soup, and all you can try to do is make a run and see how many mains you can come through and try to make some noise come Saturday night. Anyway, thanks for watching, and that wraps up our preliminary night during the 2024 Chili Bowl Nationals. Deuces.